Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Round one in the bag for the final series. Not too bad. I scored like 880 or something like that, so it put me pretty much in the middle of the pack. Ranked like 20,000 something. So yeah, not too shabby. What an absolute belter of a game to finish the finals week one. Wow. If anyone can top a finals game, better, more dramatic, better finish to the game than the Raiders and the Broncos on the weekend, please let me know in the comments, because I, for one, cannot remember in recent memory a better game. That was absolutely unreal, hey. Absolutely unreal. Panthers get the job done over in New Zealand. Very scrappy game. Both sides did not look good. But Warriors were never going to be an easy beat. They were never going to be an easy beat. Over in New Zealand, must-win game, do or die, in dewy, crappy conditions as well. Like, it was never going to be an easy game. I know a lot of people have been like, yep, Warriors have lost, 6 of their last 7. They're looking like shit. It's in New Zealand. It's a do-or-die game. It's a finals game. The Warriors were always going to get up for that. But the cream rose to the top in that game. So Panthers came through. Roosters lost to the Sharks. Thank God for that. The Sharks are, man, how do you judge the Sharks at the moment? How do you judge the Sharks? Are they just making up numbers? Or can they genuinely make the grand final? Can they, honest to God, go through? Because there is every chance that the Sharks can win this weekend. Every chance. I'm giving the Sharks every chance to beat the Raiders. A side to back up from 95 minutes, a loss, coming up against a Shark side off a win with a longer rest. Oh man, I can see the Sharks winning this weekend and the Raiders going out in back-to-back sets. Like, this is not an easy game. This is not an easy game for the Raiders at all. So it's going to be an interesting one. Storm managed to get the job done. They obviously went through to their prelim. God, I think that's like 18 prelims or something like that. It's absolutely ridiculous. Keep in mind the Storm are missing like their fullback, their 7, like Nelson. There's a lot of players. The Storm just keep churning through, man. They just keep getting the job done. So anyway, let's get into it, all right? That's enough chit-chat. Let's get into final side round 2. We're going to start the hooker. We'll work our way down. There's not much doing this weekend, boys. There's not much doing in the hooker spot. You can either just go with, like, Starling and hope that he gets some attack against the Sharks, but, like, he played 85 minutes on the weekend and scored 79. He's not going to play 85 minutes again this weekend, I can tell you that right now. So I think you have to go with Brayley. I think you just have to follow the pack, go with Brayley, and you're not going to go Summerton against the Bulldogs. You're not going to go Summerton. So you're not going to go Marnie either. All right, so it's got to be Summerton, unfortunately. It's got to be Brayley, unfortunately, and just copy everyone. This is where you start to... this is where you can start to differentiate. So, front row. Now, you got the horse, you got Rudolph, you got Tarpany, you got Lindsay Smith, you got Curran, Papali, AFB, Max King. Like some of these guys, you can really go different to people. It's the front row, right? I personally am going to be looking to chase a bit of upside here. And I'm going to go with Lindsay Smith. Now, I think Lindsay Smith is due for a big game against the Bulldogs. I think he is due a try. And I think the rest of the guy, like Tarpany, Horse, they all played massive minutes last week. Rudolph doesn't really do much for me. Then you're looking at the likes of like Curran, AFB, Josh Papali, Max King. There's not much doing there. I think a large majority of people are going to go AFB. I think Lindsay Smith is the play. Now, I think, look, out of the guys I mentioned, you're going to land somewhere between 50 to 80 anyway, but if you just want that little bit of a difference, I think Lindsay Smith can get the job done. Especially, I think the Bulldogs are going to be lacking a bit of confidence now, especially after that loss against the Storm. I think the Panthers back in Sydney. I think, is the game at a core stadium? It's somewhere. It's in Sydney. I'm pretty sure it's a core. Let me just double check. Yeah, it's at a core stadium. I like it. Is it a day game? Let me check. 4 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday. I like it, guys. I'm going to go Lindsay Smith. Righto, moving on. Second row. I stuck with Hudson Young last week. He did me a solid with 101. Keep in mind, though, he played 95 minutes. So, 95 minutes with a try. So, I'm probably looking to maybe go somewhere else. But I do have a feeling that I'm probably going to go back to Hudson. Purely because it's a day game in Canberra. It's a night game in Canberra. Hudson looks to be in nick. He looks to have recovered from that injury. So when you're looking across the board for the rest of the edge-back roles this week, you got Kikau. I don't mind Kikau against Penrith. Penrith, Ivan will probably put together a plan to shut Kikau down. Out of all coaches, he knows Kikau better than anyone. Then you got Horse. Hosking, I don't mind as a little pod. Yo, safe. If you want to just go your 60 to 80 with Yo, he's your man. Not much upside though. Liam Martin, nah. Curran, no. Wilton, no. Preston, I don't mind. He will be running against Blaze. So I don't mind Preston running against Blaze. The rest of the guys are, not too shabby. So I'm tossing up between Hudson Young and Preston. Yeah, I'm going to have to look over some more in-depth stuff when it comes to this, but it's going to be a coin toss between Hudson Young and Preston. I'm going to go... I'm going to go Hudson. I'm just going to go Hudson for now. But there's a small chance I might go Preston as a bit of a pod. Halfback, I think it's clear. I think you're just going to have to go with the Prince. You have to. You have to go with it. Fogarty's not going to go big. Nico's not going to go big against the Raiders. Sexton, meh. Right? So, lock in Cleary. Don't worry about it. 5'8". Now, 5'8's interesting. There is a few options here. There's a few options. Obviously, Burton, Trindle, Strange, Blaze, Hayward, Galvin. Yeah, I think more so than not, you'd like to go with Strange at home to the Sharks. I don't like Burton against Penrith because Burton's playing in the centres. I don't like Galvin against Panthers at all. It's between Strange and Trindle. I'm going to go Strange. I'm going to go Strange with this one. I think it's do or die for Raiders. There's going to be some magic this week, and I think Strange is going to be on the end of it. So it's a gut feel. But if I was to make the decision, it would be between Strange and Trindle. I think that game is going to be a lot more high upside scoring than the Bulldogs Penrith game. Keep in mind, the last time the Bulldogs and Penrith played, it was an absolute battle. I think the scoreline was like single digits. So keep that in mind. Finals game, it's probably going to be very, very similar. Righto. I've got some 2 clear out-and-out options that I want to talk about. Mulatalo and Iro are up against Raiders' weaker edge. I have a very, very sneaky feeling that Iro is going to go massive this game. I think Iro is due for a big game, and I think they're going to target that edge. I just don't know whether or not the ball's going to get out to Mulatalo, and I think Iro is going to really try and hone in on those holes. So, man, it's going to be... I'm going to put Iro in. But if I wasn't to go Iro, man, it's tough, hey? There's like... If I wasn't to go Iro, it would have to be... You'd probably go Mulatalo. Casey McLean, Toto. Oh, man. If Toto lines up on the left again, he'll be up against Karaz. Karaz looked a little injured last week, but I don't like that matchup at all. Especially in the air. They're not going to go to Brian in the air against Karaz. Don't like that matchup at all. I'm going to go Iro. I'm going to stick with Iro. Yeah, I'm going to stick with Iro, guys. I don't mind Alamotti. I reckon, yeah... Oh, it's going to be interesting. There's some good options this week. Righto, fullback. There's 2 fullbacks, obviously, that you want to toss up between KO Weeks or Edwards. I think you're going to have to go with Weeks. I don't see much upside with Edwards against the Bulldogs this week. I think there's going to be plenty of points in the Raiders Sharks game. I think it's Weeks' time to shine. I think Weeks is going to have an absolute cracker. The flex is the interesting one here. Now, I thought about doing Karaz in my flex. I really, really did. I think that I probably will. I'm just worried about his injury. I don't mind the idea of just putting Yo into the flex. I think that Bulldogs-Panthers game is going to be very tight and very tight through the middle. I like Yo to just plug in a nice little 70 to 80 points in my flex, which could cover the likes of a Weeks or a Strange that could go low, which we do know that they can do that. So I'm going to put Yo in at my flex, and that's how I'm going to look, guys. That's how I'm going to look, right? So Yo, Weeks, Iro, Strange, Cleary, Hudson, and Lindsay Smith. Save the team. We're going to go... I'm going to put the V... I'm going to put the V on Hudson. And I'm going to put the C on... Oh, man, I really just want to go Cleary. I just have a gut feeling that it's going to be a very low-scoring game, that one. There's not going to be 120, 130 this week for Cleary. I don't think so. Oh, it's hard. I could just go Yo. Just slap the C on Yo. Take the 80, 160, 240 points. And thanks for coming. I'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I don't know what I'm going to be doing with my VC and C this week, guys, but those are the 2 options. It's going to be a Hudson, Cleary, Yo type of thing. we'll see how it goes. It could be an Eero. I don't know. I won't lie to you guys. I don't know. Righto. Anyway, let us know in the comments who you're going with, who you're slapping the C and the V on this week. And yeah, thanks again for tuning in for another episode. Couple more weeks to go and holidays. Yeah. Thanks again, guys. If you haven't already, give it a like. Sub up to the channel if you haven't already. There's quite a few that watch the channel who aren't subscribed. Doesn't really make logical sense. But yeah. See you all next week.